We are live with no carnival parking, number 15, in studio here for the very first time. We're looking over here. Here we are. Clint Esposito here with my co-host, Mike Romanelli.
What's up? What's up?
We normally start, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little late. It's okay.
We normally start at 9 as the goal, but we basically came in. I got here at like 5:30, and we set this little room up, the TV, with it looks much better now. It's just blown out on your screen.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
It's too bright. See how it's whited out on there?
Listen, we're not. This was pretty good. How fast we set up the studio.
Yeah, since we've been talking about it for months, and then in the last 3 hours.
It's months. It's close to almost years. I feel like a year, but yeah, it's been a lot of months, and we got it together in like what, 3-4 hours?
No, I still don't think we've known each other, or we met at that show a year ago.
What show was it?
Because when I seen the poster online, it said like July or something.
That's the first time you were here?
Couldn't have been that. Maybe it was the year before.
See, I could have sworn. I could have sworn.
before?
I could have sworn when I met you. I met you at a Bob and Friends show for sure.
For sure.
He was like, "You're gonna love this kid, man." And then you went on, and the crowd was a really nice crowd.
Yep.
Like 75 to 80% full room. And I met you, and we had a quick talk, and we were like, "This is a great crowd." It was quick. I think we had a beer together, or whatever, but a quick conversation. And then I met you again months later, once Henry was a sound guy.
Oh yeah.
That's what I remember, because I remember meeting you once before, and then Henry, I guess you two were probably hanging out the soundboard.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, he was like, "You got to, but I met you already, and thought you were pretty funny." And it was one of those really, it was one of the times when Bob took a couple month break and came back. You know, he was doing like the residency shows here, Bob Levy.
Yeah.
So when he came back, he took a couple months off. I think he went tour in Florida and places like that down south. And then he came back, and whenever he does that, those shows are great. And you were on that show.
Yeah.
That's the one we got to look for. That's what I think. And let's see, we're in May.
What do you mean we got to look for what, the next time Bob comes back?
No, I'm just saying, because you said, I think it's over a year. I believe it was like, I want to say it was early spring, man, when I met the Bob and Friends show, early spring, and then I met you again a couple months later in the summer. And that's like when, you became part of the whole dojo family, Tips family. But yeah.
Got it. That's probably true.
But we've been talking about this room for a long time. Is the point?
Yeah.
The point.
Yeah.
And it feels like forever. And we're in here. We're in.
There we go. Why'd the light adjust like that?
Got a little brighter. We're gonna, like I said, we gotta be easy on ourselves, man. You got.
So I had two computers, one to broadcast and one to do, like search the internet if we wanted to or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I had my camera to hook up to my computer, but for some reason I think it's the cord I have, my computer won't recognize the camera, so we're here running one computer as our camera basically.
Yeah, so we don't have that's probably part of it too. We don't have our camera. You're just using it out of your computer.
Yeah, an old ass computer.
But it's our first. We spent a couple hours, man. I mean, we spent hours. You guys spent hours painting and stuff, but a couple hours technical stuff. Next time we'll have better lighting. Yeah, we'll have better lighting. We'll figure it out. But it's all right. I'm excited. We're in the studio.
Yeah, for sure. It's a different feel.
Definitely a different feel.
You can see you're blocking. Oh, you can't really see it on there.
No, you can't see it.
Move your mic.
No, you
and
can't see it.
Then you can see his.
What, the sign?
No, well, not that. His dildo.
Oh, the dildo.
Oh, Henry's in the room. The beat playing. He's not a dildo. It's a vibrator. But
yeah, it's a vibrator. My mic is. There we go.
He was like. I mean, you just had to show him. It's good now. He was like, when we were describing this, I'm like, what should I put for you? Like, what should I write on here? Remember? And he gave me that big long description, and I'm like, you don't get a paragraph. Like, we're just mentioned quickly on the other side. And then he goes, "We'll put a fucking dildo with some headphones on." And I was like, okay.
Yes.
So then I found a vibrator with some headphones and put his little paragraph there.
I asked you this afternoon if that was a real dildo.
Yeah, it's like it's a.
Like, I don't know. I don't recognize the brand.
It's Shibari. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. That's what I was asking. I wasn't sure if it was like top of the line or
Who the hell
Chinese
knows?
version.
You can get anything made.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to like a motorcycle trade show, and they had a whole entire room just of Chinese manufacturers and Japanese manufacturers, and you could just pay them to have triple clamps, like whatever you wanted, sprockets, just have your logo on it.
What about like a bike? Can you just show them this bike and be like, I want this bike?
With my name on it?
No, like you just
Probably
like,
not.
I don't know about bikes, but let's say, is Yamaha good? No, not Yamaha.
Yeah.
Some crazy Yamaha you have. Can you just go to these Chinese people and just be like, I want this bike? And
No, I mean,
the Clintmobile.
the Chinese, there's probably all the patents on everything. The
They don't care,
Chinese bikes, yeah, but they build Chinese bikes, and they are not ripped off of the Yamahas. I can tell you that.
So maybe it was a bad idea. What's it not? Is there an American version of one?
Just parts.
Just parts.
You could get parts made, but
I heard in China they have Apple stores that are
yeah.
fake Apple stores.
Yep.
So I want to know,
Get
because you're a
up to
world
your mic.
traveler, can you get a real like
No,
iPhone? Like, what is that iPhone like?
No, I wouldn't do that.
No.
I went to China twice.
Did you get anything cool that was fake?
I got a Gucci belt, and I got a like a belt, and I got a no, it was a Gucci. Maybe I got a set both times. I went downtown Shanghai. All the kids that speak American. This is actually a good discussion. All the kids that speak American or like
English.
English, yeah, American.
Fucking American.
Holy shit!
Oh, here, okay.
Everybody.
You're quoting Bob Levy to get this any more racist. Here we go. So what
That's racist
what are these
against my own
Chinese people?
Oh shit!
So how were the belts?
They didn't speak American. No.
All right. So there's no American speaking.
No American speak. I don't even know where I was going with that now. Oh yeah, anybody that comes up to you on the street and can and they will speak perfect fucking English.
Okay, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're hustling you. Like they're for sure
shit.
trying to hustle you.
So it's like the hustle. Like I got this American product for you.
Yeah, they're like, yo, what do you want? Like,
Oh shit.
you want shoes? Da 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 da. So I was like,
you went to
show
the
us
Gucci
shoes.
factory.
So no, I went to some shoe places, and it's like a room this big,
All right.
floor to ceiling shoes all the way around the fucking thing.
Do they have American sizes?
Well, I tried a couple on, and they felt fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not buying
Fucking
these
heel
things.
fell off.
Yeah,
You're like,
dude.
I'm good.
Exactly.
All right.
With shoes, so this was my theory. I wouldn't go for anything like shoes
Nothing you need
that
to
needs to fit.
I think you need to work. It looks good.
Exactly.
But everything
So
else,
I got belts and wallets. So the first time I got a Gucci belt and a wallet, and then the second time I got a Louis Vuitton belt and wallet. And they're good enough where I've had people that have Louis Vuitton stuff to go be like, hey, nice.
How long do they
belt
last?
or whatever. A couple of probably years, 2 years. I bet it's the
that's
amount
good.
that fucking Gucci or like.
No. I gotta
Does
say,
it actually wear a long
yeah. So
time?
because that's so funny you're talking about this because I was just thinking I've been cleaning my closet out and I could care less about the designer brands,
Yeah.
but obviously 10 years ago or whatever I did, right? So I fell into that trap, and I thought I was slick. I would buy like 3 or 4 real ones and then throw in the fakes, right? So I was like kind of good at knowing the fakes. And there was this guy that used to come into the restaurant, and it was this little Latino guy. And he would come in, and he had the best fucking fakes ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. He'll get all these Gucci belts. I don't know. They were great. But the only difference was, like, after a year or two, all of a sudden the buckle would just fly the fuck off.
Yeah.
Right? That never happened on a real one. Like, just the
no.
buckle, bang, would fly. You're like, oh, fuck.
The end started to, like, fray
Yeah,
on
or
some of
the
the
bottoms will
stuff or
fray.
whatever. Yeah. But other than that, they were pretty good. I'll bring that in. I have, like I said, the Louis one was the squares.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the checkered pattern. I had a wallet and a belt that fucking matched each other.
Yeah. I had the real one of that. My dog ate it. I had the real wallet.
That's rough. I probably paid like $75 for that setup.
Yeah, I got the real wallet. My pit bull puppy fucking ate it. Wait, hold on.
Maybe it was like $100. I don't know. I remember I was like, I feel like this is too much. Yeah.
She bit it right there when she was a puppy.
Yeah.
This is a real one. And it's only
Dude,
right there because she ate it.
mine looks pretty fucking close.
That's a real one. That's like fucking. That's like 15 years old.
I think I got a. I'll
My dog ate it
find
when she was
both
a
of
puppy.
them and bring it in.
Yeah, I mean, but I can't believe I have a fucking Louis Vuitton wallet. How fucking corny am I?
Whatever.
I forgot about that. I'm like, wait a
I
minute,
think
my wallet looks
you're like
that.
I have that exact fucking thing. All right, I don't need to show off with my headphones. We just got to stay up on the mics.
I'll be on that mic for you, Clint. And when you're ready for another beer, I want you to try this Carton. This town.
So they've been giving me the boat. You guys, if you watch the channel, there's a behind the scenes here.
Carton Brewery's the shit.
But they just know that I enjoy this one, so now they always give it to me. But I'm like, oh, you got a lager? Let's try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a lager in a couple minutes. Are you done with that one?
No.
Yeah. When you're done, we'll take a little break, or I'll.
I'm a slow beer drinker. I feel full.
Yeah. We ate a
I
lot
feel
of
like I
fucking
ate
sushi.
something. Well, I feel like I'm still eating.
Yeah. Yeah, beer's hard.
So I bought some belt and wallet, and I wouldn't buy any electronics. I did see some Apple stuff, and they look
You
shady
saw
as fuck. Yeah, I mean they had, like you said, they had stores and shit.
I want to know, like, I bet you if it's just all right, if it's.
I don't think it was. I think it was like some of the stuff was Android stuff with
in
just
an Apple-looking body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
They
right?
were
You just
shady
get
looking
Android.
bodies. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at that point you just get Android.
Yeah, somebody turned one on actually and handed it to me, and it was an Android thing. It looked like an iPhone, but it had like a Android stuff. And
Yeah.
like,
That makes sense. That's probably what they
I was
do.
like, what is this fucking garbage?
Yeah, I heard people get like golf clubs, and they're like they look exactly the same, and then also the head will snap off while they're playing. Like that's so embarrassing, man.
The dude I
Just
rode
fucking
for.
playing golf, and the head just bang comes
Yeah,
flying off.
exactly.
Yeah, man.
The dude I rode for was from Hong Kong,
Really?
so he's Chinese.
Road 4?
Yeah.
So he owned the team.
Yeah, he owned a street bike. He was actually the biggest distributor of street bike parts in China.
Okay.
Um,
So if you say anything bad about China, you can never go back. You don't care?
told these stories before.
Okay. I'm just saying.
They did have everything blocked. You had to get on VPNs to get onto like Instagram and Facebook and shit like that.
Yeah. Did it actually work?
Yeah. You could somehow somebody showed me how to do it, and I got onto a VPN on my phone, and then I logged on to my Facebook and Instagram. But before that, it was like blocked.
So what is it like to be in? You were in Hong Kong?
No, that's where he was from.
So you were in China.
I was in China. We
So you were
landed
in
in
the
Shanghai.
Okay.
And then the one time, I don't remember how far it was the one time. The second time it was 8 hours in a car out to where we did the show. So we're like through the mountains. There was like 80 fucking tunnels through
Anything
mountains.
cool?
Big ass mountains.
For 8 hours?
I mean,
Anything cool?
the first time I saw the
Great Wall of China?
no.
Oh, man.
The Terracotta Warriors.
Okay.
So that was, do you know what that is?
No.
Well, here you go.
I feel like we might have even spoke about this one night.
You definitely know what it is.
Yeah.
Once I show you.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like I do, but I don't want to act like I do, and I don't.
Yeah.
So if you said, was it the same president as they have now that they say looks like Winnie the Pooh? Is it the same guy when you were there as the president?
I have no idea.
Because I know if you
How
say
the fuck do
anything
you spell
bad about him,
terracotta?
oh, you're asking the wrong person, especially online. Oh, that would be it's a fucking bit in itself. Me trying terracotta, it's right there. Terracotta army. Yeah, you don't want me doing that. That would be so embarrassing.
I mean, that's me too. There you go.
I don't know if I know these guys. Hold
the
on.
general had his
Why do they all look like Al Qaeda prisoners?
No, it's his whole army.
Oh, from far away, it looked like they all had bags on their heads, like the guys in Gitmo Bay. That's what it looked like from far away. Oh, I know these guys. I've seen them in like children's books and shit.
Yeah. So this is there. It's over 300 individual warriors made. Every single one is different. The body is different. The facial.
Oh, it's an art exhibit.
Well, no, it's like some emperor did it just to flex. like, what's up? I made my entire, when he died, they made this so that he would have an army going into the afterlife.
Okay.
And that was only one room. This
Wow.
was the biggest room, but there
No,
was
I had no idea what
rooms.
this is. I had no idea what this is.
There's 3 rooms. They used to have roofs over them.
Yeah.
And see their hands? They all had gold fucking weapons.
How big is this thing?
This is like a fucking football field.
And this is just one room.
Yeah.
So how many rooms of these are there?
3.
Wow.
Not all this big. This is the biggest. But
Yeah.
you go through, and then there's another room in the back where it has.
Can we check out some other
stuff.
pictures? That's really cool. No, I didn't know about this. This is in Shanghai?
No, I don't even remember where the fuck it is.
How was the food in China?
It could go either way.
Did you have like did you have like straight up the best like chicken and broccoli in your life or no?
We'd always get rat tails.
No, shut up.
Not actually what it is, but that's what they called it. It was just like barbecue.
Okay.
So it's like some kind of meat, and who the fuck knows what it was. See, this is a.
That's fucking cool, man.
This might be a second room, or it might be.
What's the error from this? I can't believe I don't know about this. This is awesome. I love it. I didn't even want to fucking do a podcast with you today. I didn't even want to do a fucking podcast with you. Now I learned about the terracottas. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
This is fucking great.
Dog fucking skins outside, dude.
What?
For sale outside of this place.
Like real ones?
Yeah.
Did you ever see me in the wolf jacket?
I didn't.
No? Watch this. So, you didn't eat a dog though, right?
No.
Yeah, don't do
as far
that.
as I know,
Oh, like you're on
How the
purpose.
fuck do I know?
On purpose, you didn't eat a dog.
I did not order dog. No.
Good. They do that in China, right? That
Like
festival?
I said, dude, there was fucking like husky furs.
Oh, come on. I love huskies. They're so cute. The blue eyes. I love those things.
It was a good looking fur.
Wait till you see this. My friend came in here with a fucking wolf jacket. He had, I forget where he was, but his friend had some kind of land and they had a big wolf problem. Like the wolves were out of control, killing all of his livestock and all of his animals. So he got invited to go to this ranch or wherever it was and fly in a helicopter and just fucking blast wolves. So he's like, oh, he felt kind of bad about doing it. You know? I mean, I would feel
Yeah,
terrible, but
I
he
think
felt
my mic was off.
he felt he felt kind of bad doing it. So he gunned all these wolves down and he made a jacket out of it.
Jeez.
It looks like Jon Snow. It's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh, look here.
Out of a bunch of wolves? Damn.
It's all wolves. It's all wolf. I don't know if we can.
Put it in front of that camera.
Yeah. So it's like a real Jon Snow.
I may not have had sound all this time.
That'd be terrible. But actually, we said that to Sam asked us that, right? We were talking about podcasting, and already said
Yeah.
at least he's had some episodes where he didn't record,
Yeah.
and we haven't had that yet. And
Well,
first fucking day in the studio, you got me here
I
until fucking
know.
almost 11 o'clock at night. Clint,
I don't know how to check.
Clint, talk to the staff. Talk to the viewers.
Dude, we're going to have to talk all about China again now.
I know, but talk to anyone watching, the 2 people watching, about China. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab you a lager. All right.
All right. Yeah, China. I've been to South America, Alaska, Mexico, Poland, bunch of places. Even the Middle East, and China's definitely the biggest culture shock, I feel like. Not all, I guess we understand a little bit of Spanish, even if you're American. You know a couple things, right? But like Cantonese and Mandarin, like zero idea what anybody was saying at all. And some of the towns that we went to are like in the middle of nowhere. The one that we went to the second time for sure. Dude that was with me was Chilean, so I don't know, maybe he looked more familiar, but I was the only white guy there for sure. So there was like a little old lady when I was walking down the street, and she actually like stops and stares at me, and she's smiling. So I like looked at her or whatever, and I smiled back, and I keep walking, and I turned back around, and she has made a full 180 on the sidewalk and is just standing there staring at me, shaking her head still. Like, can't believe that there's a white guy in town.
I was gonna ask you that. Really?
Yeah. In the I could find pictures. I don't want to kill this computer, but there's pictures of the girls in the supermarket.
Yeah.
We're walking down the aisle looking for stuff, and they all get to the end of the aisle, and they're standing there taking pictures of us. So we pull our phones out and took pictures of them real quick, and then they scattered.
Wow. Yeah, I knew a guy. I knew a basketball team that went to China.
Uh-huh.
I was young. I had to be just at a probably like college age or whatever.
You knew one, or you went with them?
No, I didn't go. I remember I knew a couple kids that went to China for basketball or football.
Mm-hmm.
Couple black guys I knew.
Probably
a couple of my
basketball.
friends that went either basketball or football. I forget. And they said they were celebrities.
I don't think they give a shit about football there,
Yeah.
do they?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I had friends that went to Germany for
No,
football.
it's probably, yeah.
Something like that. And then I had some that went to
Probably.
basketball. But
Maybe
whatever.
I'm wrong.
I don't know. I just remember I could call the kid, one of my good friends, and he was like, dude, I was fucking famous. Because he was like a taller, he said he towered over everyone. He said everyone flocked at him. He said it was so fucking
Dude,
cool.
I towered over most people.
Yeah. and you're not tall, right? This
No.
guy was probably like 6'5".
Oh, he's
So yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was taller than most people, for real. By like a fair, like...
Was it cool to be like the weirdo? Because I mean, around here you're
Um,
just like, or not weirdo, like the spectacle. Because around here you're just like fit in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for a short amount of time,
Gets
it's
old.
fun. Yeah. I mean, the only time the most celebrity I ever felt was in Colombia.
Oh, that's gotta be a fucking.
They
place
had
to feel like
run
a celebrity.
they had
Oh.
run a bunch of ads and stuff on TV.
Yeah.
And so we're in like this small town, so everybody knows about the show and stuff, and has heard, we did morning news, obviously.
Did you see the hot webcast lady?
Yeah.
Yeah. How hot was she in person?
It depends on which one. Some of them are not that hot.
Oh no! Oh man.
Depends on how good the news station is. You know
Oh.
what I mean? Only the real like good news stations.
Oh, if you were at the NJ12 of Columbia,
Yeah, exactly.
they just busted. But with the CNN, it was like she was hot as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, they were. There was usually at least one there that was pretty hot. Columbia was crazy for hot chicks.
I was gonna say like the hottest chicks in
Yeah.
your touring.
Yeah. Well, Poland was like supermodels
I could see that
everywhere,
being like a close second.
dude. I don't know second, like.
Well, you're a fucking like an Aryan. That makes sense. That you said that. You're like, you're
I
a
don't
fucking-
know. I don't know. It's a toss up. No, but I definitely liked Colombians. They had the perfect, like, cocoa skin, fucking big butts.
Could you get
and
like
they
faked
all-
out in one of those
and
countries?
they all got. Oh yeah, they call them for surprise.
You could get a Finkel.
They call them surprise.
Einhorn's Finkel, right?
Yeah,
Finkel's Einhorn. Could you get one of those?
yeah. They were like, they started going. Oh,
I heard
and
that's what happens in Brazil, man.
so boob jobs were real cheap in Colombia too. So
Yeah,
figure they all
like really good doctors, right?
already
So they're
had
like-
good butts,
yes.
and then they just got big boobs.
Yeah, and they could have had a dick.
So then,
Right?
well, so then my friend, we were driving, and they were like, "Look for surprise!" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And there was 3 taller ladies standing there, and I was like, "Oh no, thanks."
Damn, she could be real strong. That's the tightest grip I've ever
I
had.
was like, "Yeah, no surprise, thank you."
She grabs your cock like a G.I. Joe grip.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was in the military. A lot of friends in the military, but I had one that he was in Thailand, and he got a blowjob by a girl, and he went to go. Yeah, he went to go reach around. He felt some nuts, and he said, "Fuck, I already paid for it. Like, might as well finish." And he tells people that like it's normal.
I say,
like, wait.
I say it's only iffy if you went back.
All right, I guess in 2020 that's a politically correct thing to say.
If
And I
you
won't
go
get any
back,
further.
if
There's
you
nothing
go
wrong
back,
with it.
then
Listen,
then
dude, I'm from the rave days.
I agree. But like,
We
if you're
had
trying, okay, this is the whole.
How do you say the right word? We had, I don't want to say
Yeah.
trannies. We used to call them trannies. Trannies were our friends, and that's what you called them. We hung out with them. I didn't go that way, but I think I like that. You know what? That's a real open mind. I like that, Clint. If you go back for seconds, then I could fuck with you.
Then
You know what? That's a good rule.
Then you're
That's a great rule.
definitely.
I'm gonna use up my friends.
Yeah, if some girl catches you off guard, and if some girl
And when I say fuck with you, I mean like a Jersey
dick,
fucking with you.
yeah,
I don't mean like fuck with you. Like I mean like I'll just fuck with you. Like now you're gonna get a little
Yeah.
fucked with.
Well, here's what I was gonna say. The whole point is if you're trying to deny that you like dudes, and then you're blowing dudes like.
Or if a dude's blowing you, that looks like a woman.
Right. Exactly.
It's a little less when it's like that.
If a dude.
If you're blowing a dude, I mean, I don't know if I got
Okay.
seconds. I mean, like I said, I'm not
Just
judging.
once
I'm not judging. But I'm gonna fuck with you.
Okay,
And you're
now-
gonna pretend like you're straight. That's all. Like
Right.
if you don't,
But
if you don't,
what
front,
if-
if you don't front,
what if-
I do not care.
What if I just needed a ride and I said no homo afterwards?
Yeah. Oh, then you're fine, dude.
Oh,
Are you kidding
so
me?
they-
If I have one more this town, I'm gonna be doing that for fucking Pablo next door, man. Are you kidding me? Like, that's
totally
not gay. Are you
good.
kidding
Oh,
me?
okay. I was just
You gotta
checking.
get home sober. Fuck out of here.
It's just a trade at that point. It's a barter.
It's like, you know. It's like if you whatever. Let's change subjects. So we're in the studio.
One time, this is a slightly related story. One time my friend was trying to hook up with a stripper, and then she would bring her stripper friend along, and somebody needed to obviously distract the stripper friend, so I distracted her one
Took
time.
one for the team.
I mean, she was pretty hot.
Okay.
Not like, you know.
Yeah.
Not Poznan, Poland hot, but pretty hot. Not
Gotcha.
Colombia hot either.
All right. I got you. You didn't take one for the team.
New Jersey, yeah.
New Jersey.
It's like in between there.
Yeah.
So then I had to go someplace. My friends stayed at my house, so when I flew back in, they picked me up and they're like, "Hey guys, we got to tell you something about that chick." And I'm like, and I go, "Oh, what? She had an STD?" And they're like, "No, she might have used to have been a guy." And I was like, and I was like, "Oh fuck, you guys scared me. I thought there was something to worry about."
The hip.
So
Like, oh shit, that's all you.
yeah, that's it.
Fuck out of here.
But then I confirmed. I asked her friend, and she said she did not used to have a penis. I never banged her or even fingered her or anything, so like I didn't know truthfully. But so I asked for.
You remember when we were kids, and then the Maury Povich show or one of those shows, and they would be like, "You've been dating a girl for 5 years, and you don't realize she's a man." Do you ever remember those? And they like say like they come out with the truth.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They're like just
Like how are they
wooden-
dating for 5 years, living
Yeah.
together? Like
Yeah.
how do they not know? I always want to know. How
They
does that not know?
didn't just a lot of blowjobs.
Like what? You get them really drunk, and she just thinks the butt is the like. Just like how does it happen?
I don't know. That's true.
Oh,
I
think about
agree.
that all the time.
There's
Like, I don't get it.
shit's fake.
It's probably fake.
It's fake.
It's all fucking fake. It's all psyop, Clint. It's all a fucking psyop. It's all.
What was it, Maury Povich or
I think it
what's
was
his
Maury
name?
Povich, Jenny Jones, which is
No,
I'm so
what's
happy
the
you're
other
a
one?
fan of. You're a fan of Rude Jude.
I love
Dude, I
him.
love that because I loved Rude Jude from back in the Jenny
I
Jones
liked
days.
him. Yeah, exactly.
I
He would
used to
just
cut
roast
school and
motherfuckers.
smoke weed with my friends and watch Jenny Jones and fucking root for Rude Jude.
He would roast people on there. It
he
was so
great.
good.
I would watch it and be like, and then when I find out he's on fucking Shade 45, when I get the satellite, I finally
We need to have him on here.
Oh, he's on my radar. Jude, I know you don't listen to this show, but you are on my radar.
Yeah.
I don't lie. I don't talk. I don't give comments to people when they go live. When Jude goes live, I fucking throw shit at him, and I say really obscure drug references that I feel like he's the only one that would know
yeah,
they
I
are.
was gonna
He
say,
ignores
I know
them,
why, yeah.
but I say things that are like most people would not understand. And I'm waiting for him like to say it, but he's, you know, there's also chicks out there, right, and stuff. And I'm like, what am I doing? This is kind of funny, but I love that dude. He's got his meme game is second. I mean, I show my wife fucking his shit all the time. I'm like, this is gonna be really offensive, but just watch. And then she's always laughing because it's the most fucked up but great shit. Did you hold on? I want to find this one. It's so stupid, but I love it. But Rude Jude, yeah. So Jenny Jones, he should be a comedian.
I was thinking that with
Like,
how
why
he
is he
used
not
to
a comedian?
roast people.
How is he not a comedian? I know he wrote a book. I know he's on the radio. He talks like crazy. How
Do
is he not-
do comedians write books?
No, but I mean, he wrote a book, and I heard it. I didn't read it, but I heard it's very funny.
He's got a
always
good
very-
personality. Like, he's fast, and he's always got a comeback. He's always got.
He should
something
be a
to
comedian.
say, for sure. But now he's a radio personality, so
Yeah, we should get him. He should come. Jude, you should come to the dojo. We do like an appearance. You could just fucking do a fucking question and answer, and just fucking tell your story live here, and talk to the fans because we'd love to have you here in Jersey, bro.
that's a thought though. We
Yeah.
need to just try and reach out. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Why do we?
I gotta
got
stop
this?
writing like fucking Fort
No,
Dodge
it's not
on
on
his
there.
fucking page and shit. But
Fort Dodge.
yeah, it's just a it's obscure term
Oh.
for ketamine. That was the brand that we used to get back in the 90s.
But did everybody get it everywhere?
In the
That's the
early
thing.
90s, yes, it was only Fort Dodge.
Because
And
he
then
was
the
all
Chinese, it goes full circle. Then the Chinese, fuck, yo, that's so funny.
What,
Then the
started
Chinese
making-
would make it, and they started be calling, we couldn't pronounce it, so we call it Tokyo. And there was the purple and blue label. And you couldn't get Fort Dodge. That was the
That
American.
was-
That was the American made. That shit was like a horse tranquilizer. This shit was like a mouse tranquilizer. It was so different.
Dude, that was so racist. It was Chinese, and you can read it, so you called it Tokyo.
Yeah, we call it Tokyo. we call it Tokyo. Is that two T's? So we used to call it Tokyos. And yeah, and it definitely was
It
Chinese.
wasn't written in
It wasn't even
American.
fucking Japanese.
It
It wasn't
wasn't-
in American, and it wasn't. To Tokyo should be Japanese, but that's what we used to call it. And it was the purple or blue labels. You couldn't. It was obviously all Asian writing, and it was good, but it was like half the price. Like exactly what we're talking about. Like half the price and lasted for half the time.
Yeah.
Just like the bolt you would get for your fucking dirt bike.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Try to stay away from that.
I didn't even try. Yeah.
So
it's a shame.
I think I
want the
never,
Chinese shit to work. I really do.
never finished that. The dude from Hong Kong that brought us over there would even be like, "Don't buy Chinese shit." Like,
He's the rich dude. He's
metal-
like, dude, everything in my house is American
He's
made.
like, the metal is fucking terrible here. Like, they just make shit.
He's like German engineered American steel. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. The rich dudes don't have anything.
Yeah, he was just like, "Don't buy this shit." So then I asked him, I was like, "Hey, how the fuck is Bruce Lee from a country where they can't say L's?" And he's like, "He's from Hong Kong. We can say L's." That was his exact answer. I was like, "How is somebody named Bruce Lee in fucking China?"
So how do they say Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee, I guess.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You
How
heard
the
him say
fuck
that?
do I
You're making
know?
that up.
Of course they would. Why could they all of a sudden pronounce an
Welcome
L?
to the No KKK Parking
Why could
podcast.
Why could they all of a sudden say an L for Bruce Lee, but the rest of the words they can't say it?
I don't know. Because it's their icon. Bruce Lee.
So then the L should have snuck into the rest of their vocabulary.
But isn't Lee a common last name?
Apparently in Hong Kong,
So
not
Hong
in
Kong,
China.
they can say the L's.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
not in mainland China.
Did you go to Hong Kong?
No,
Never.
no. This
That's
is just
more,
what I was
That's more
told.
Americanized, right?
This is just what I was told.
That's
by
more
the
Americanized
promoter.
there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard it's more
I
Americanized
guess it
there.
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he spoke pretty good English
What-
and stuff.
What's the craziest country you've ever been to?
Probably China.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like, I went to Honduras and Ecuador
Yeah.
and
What do you think about those countries?
Peru, Colombia,
Nice. I love all that shit.
kind of Venezuela. I just flew out of Venezuela.
You said a layover.
Yeah, well, no, we drove from
I
Colombia
just
to
slept in the
Venezuela.
airport for 3 days. I was too
I
scared.
slept in for a day. With my arm, I had my suspension and my gear bag. And I show up at night. I was supposed to have a hotel. Nobody shows up to pick me up at the airport. I'm like calling the promoter. Nobody's answering.
Well, you had a show in Venezuela?
No, I had a show in Colombia.
Oh, okay.
But then they
Layover,
drove
yeah.
me to the airport in Venezuela.
Damn, that's a.
Or maybe I did have a
you need an
layover.
agent for that deal, dude.
Maybe I did fly in. Anyway, I got there. There was no hotel. I'm like, I'm not fucking trying to find a hotel and shit and spending money, get ripped off.
Yeah.
And my flight was like super early anyway.
Okay.
It was like
That's
6
funny. I
in the
didn't even know
morning.
the story. I pretty much nailed
So
it.
I'm like, I tried to go and check my bags. So at least I just have my backpack with
You go out
me.
and smoke weed, bang a
and-
prostitute.
No, I wasn't going to try and do that by
Alright.
myself. I can't speak Spanish.
Well, you just want to leave. A little frigid. I got you.
No, I wanted to not have my bags on me and have to watch them all night.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't take them because it was too early for my flight. I'm like, just leave them back there. I'm sure they didn't want liability for them as well.
I've actually been. I understand. Yeah.
So they're like, no, we're not taking it. So I just take them up like on this second floor or whatever, third floor, and like get against some wall and put my bags against the wall. Now I have a gun case with my suspension in it.
What?
A full, yeah.
Why would you use that? It's the best.
Yeah, they didn't start making hard golf cases until after that, but I actually never had a hard golf case.
So you always got fucked with that.
Oh, dude, I got pulled into every security room trying to do customs and stuff. And then so I have that and my gear, which my gear, the boots are fucking $200. You know what I mean? The helmet's $250. Fucking.
You don't get all that shit for free?
No, fuck.
Really?
No. I got gear at points.
Dude, really?
I got gear at certain points, but I didn't just get like tons of gear.
That's disappointing. I hear these other riders be like, "Yeah, Clint, and really?"
Yeah, like,
come on.
What level are they at though? Like, I was at a level where I made a living, but I didn't get everything for free. I wasn't big in magazines or anything like that.
Sponsors didn't care like that.
Yeah.
Maybe with social media nowadays, you would have. You probably would have now.
If I was better with social media, yeah, and yeah.
Or you got that Chinese shit.
We were kind of before social media.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like nowadays you would have gotten shit for free.
I was big on MySpace.
Yeah, but you're not fucking Justin Bieber, right?
Then it went away.
You know. He's the only one that made that shit famous.
So yeah, those countries are fucking kind of sketch. Like in Ecuador, they told us not to take our phones with us because they were killing people for phones.
Oh, fuck.
I walked around the building in Colombia once. Like, I walked out of the building and I just walked around this neighborhood to come back. And he goes, "Where were you?" And he goes, "You didn't just walk down there, did you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just walked down the road and made like a little loop around the block." And he's like, "Don't do that again."
Really?
Yeah. In Colombia one time.
When you used to travel, you didn't get flip phones?
No. I just take my $1,000 fucking iPhone down to Colombia.
When I used to travel down,
look like a Target.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I would buy a flip phone. If I would go to like, I did a lot of work in the Dominican Republic. I would bring a flip phone. Have a new number just for there and just boom, you know. I'm actually thinking about getting a flip phone like now.
Just to not have that much shit on your phone to do.
Half the distraction because I'm so sick of it. Half I'm sick of the ads that are in my head that show up on my phone. That's weird. How good is that?
I've had conversations about stuff
and it
pops up. Oh, good. I said that before.
No, you just opened it.
No, I didn't. I said that it was good before. This Town Lager. You guys can barely see.
Yeah, but it's good, right?
Yeah.
No, so I want to get a flip phone.
Nice. It's mellow. It's not like.
Yeah. It's mellow and like fresh. Like it's really nice.
It's kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
It's not like IPA where you're like
high quality fucking lager.
It's like IPA is like.
It's a lot.
A swamp monster jammed his dick in your mouth.
Yeah. IPA is a whole lot, man. You know what else about IPAs? IPAs, like you drink those fucking things for more than a year, you are gonna have diabetes and get fat as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh my god,
dude.
I should not be saying that. Everything in moderation. If you drink good IPAs, just have a couple. But if you're gonna have a good lager, wow, I love when a good craft brewery makes a fucking clean, good beer because it's like, wow, it's so much better than, Modelo or some other lager. Like it's amazing.
I do like Modelo's though.
Fresh Modelos.
Modelo with the lime.
Fresh Modelos. Fuck your lime.
With a lime.
Hold on. What were we just getting at? Damn it.
We're still talking about the craziest country?
Oh, DR flip phones. Okay, so check it out. With the flip phones, right? So you said about content. Yes, half because I don't want to take pictures of the breads I make anymore or the fucking food I make. It's just my job. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Take pictures. Oh, look, I cooked this. I cooked that. It's so fucking stupid.
You need to be updating your Twitter and your...
Yeah. So I don't need any of that. But more importantly, this is where we're going to go a little deep for a second or two. I don't like the contact tracing idea. I don't like it. And you know what? So if I keep my phone at my house all the time, I stay home. And then when I travel, I carry my flip phone. And I think all of my friends and listeners, the all 10, should do that. Because contact tracing is bullshit. And we're not in China, which goes full circle, where that is a way of life where they track you and they see where you live and they know everything about you. And I understand we need to keep the virus at bay, and the virus is very real. But contact tracing is not cool. We should have privacy. And even if you're saying, I don't know, I have nothing to hide. Well, maybe you suck the guy's dick and you tell all your friends that you didn't like to suck guy's dick.
I'll do it for the safety of the people, Mike.
Contact tracing is not American.
Dude, we're already being fucking traced.
Yeah, that's fine. But I don't want contact tracing.
Do you know that have you ever noticed when your phone goes dead? Or not when it goes dead, but when you don't have any service any longer, the dot keeps driving down the fucking road.
What?
Like, if you're on your map and all of a sudden your phone goes to, like, no service, the dot keeps fucking following you, dude.
I don't have Sprint, dude. I don't never seen that happen.
I have T-Mobile.
Yeah, exactly.
But I used to have AT&T.
Exactly,
I've had AT&T. I've had Verizon.
I've never. Well, you also have traveled to fucking China and Missouri and all these places. In this area of New Jersey, Verizon and California, I've never had that, and I'm not as adventurous as you. And I bring a flip phone with me when I go off the grid or far away.
Off the grid.
Not off the grid. Well, yeah, off the grid, man. If you fucking put that phone away and put all those gadgets away and you go on a fucking vacation or you go in the woods, you're off the grid. I think all my friends should do that. I think you guys should all get flip phones. And when you leave your house, take your flip phone. And this way you're always staying home. So when the government sees that you're home, they're happy you're home. Get a fucking flip phone. I think you get them at Walmart. Always pay cash. And...
Bro, that's what the convenient part about the chip is. You don't have to carry your phone, and they always know where you are.
No chip, or we're going to Colombia. Or whatever country doesn't have the chip.
Colombia would be scary and fun. I had somebody in Colombia be like, "This is real freedom. You're not free." And I'm like, "You're fucking totally right." But this is also kind of gnarly.
Colombia or Costa Rica, I think. I don't want to blow up Costa Rica.
I've never been to Costa Rica.
I haven't been there, but I have friends that I very, very much trust.
Yeah. That
say that is the place to go. And that's
because they've never been to Colombia.
No, they've been to Colombia. No. This guy was in Colombia for a very long time, and no, Colombia is my second choice, man. It really is. It would go Costa Rica, then Colombia, and Colombia right now, from what I'm told, is amazing. What I like about Costa Rica, it's always been a peaceful country. Yeah. It's very peaceful. It's very, they're very worried about Mother Earth, which I love. Everything, it's very thought out. All their actions towards, trash and garbage and pollution. I love that. They have an awesome ecosystem, mountains, lots of stuff.
It's interesting you say that because we don't, that's never brought up in the conversation here anymore about, like, I had a conversation with a girl and she's like, we're the most advanced time or something like that. And I was like, I was like, that's pretty arrogant to think that we're the most advanced.
I wish I had that conversation with a girl.
Now that.
Oh, man. I would love that. I would have loved that.
And we weren't dating or anything. It's another comic. We're just at a show. But I'm like.
Still, I would love to have that conversation with anyone.
I'm like, that doesn't sound like the most, which I kind of bailed at. She's like, because I could tell everybody else was on the other team. But she was like, when else were they transplanting hearts? And I'm thinking, how about a time when they didn't need to, when they worked with nature and they knew about all the elements that are actually in nature and the fucking plants, and that's what they ate instead of polluting the environment and then taxing to fix it, which doesn't fucking do anything.
Slave planet.
Yeah, well, I think that you heard that the planet goes through different eras.
Yep.
And we're in like a bronze era right now, or we're heading into it.
I think we're headed to the golden age very soon.
Soon, but like we're at the, you think we're all the way to the shit? I feel like.
I think we're headed towards the golden age. I think we have to go through some shit.
Right. But you know how long those ages are? It's
been pretty good, but it's also been pretty shitty.
You know what I mean? Almost at the end of
it sounds so fucked up to say this lifetime has been shitty because I've lived in Morris County, New Jersey most of my life. So it's hard to say that. But if you look at this, if you look at this lifetime, Clint, of ours, it's been pretty fucked up, dude. I was through 9/11. I watched that happen in real time. I was underneath the thing. I felt the heat, right?
So
that's pretty fucked up.
I'm going deeper than this on this one.
Okay.
Like, I'm saying that we're at a point in the human timeline where the whole, not the whole, but for the most part, the world is run by negativity right now and greed and corruption.
Yes.
And so that makes everybody feel like a negative way in some aspect. So since we're all vibrating, you know, if everybody's negative and it's contagious and everybody's on this negative vibration, like, it's taking a long time to swing it back around until we come into a positive vibration. Which sounds woo-woo
I'm so happy you said that.
Which sounds super fucking cheesy, but
hold on.
I think here's also along this same aspect, you know, because going back to what I say about this not being the most advanced time because we don't work with nature, like, think about why do we're fighting everything natural right now.
Yes and no.
I mean, what aren't, like...
No, I honestly think you're very right.
Natural healers and stuff like that are vilified right now. They're all called like witch doctors and shit. Not like really. That. It's coming back, but
on the
government side,
the
guy that's guiding us.
All right, hold on. Before we go too deep on the negative side, because normally I'm that negative person. I'm gonna tell you the Great Awakening, and I am not talking about Q, and I am not talking about Donald Trump. But the Great Awakening, before it got taken over by that, and maybe that will happen. And if that happens, I will be the happiest person in the world. But the real Great Awakening, the Rainbow Warriors, the people, dude, the Hopi prophecy, it's all coming together right now. And it's the Great Awakening. People are waking up. They're waking the fuck up. They're taking the red pill, and I don't mean the Republican taking the red pill. I'm taking the red pill. They want to know truth. It's happening. So as much as they're showing us something on the TV, and even the Donald Trump people and the Q movement, those people are waking up. They're waking up people. People are understanding what this whole thing has been about for a long time, since the Romans. Romans turned into the Catholic Church. Catholic Church turned into maybe what we are now. I don't know. This republic that goes around the world, right? Yeah. The UN or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know the answers. All I know is that for me, in 2012, I started really waking up. I knew about a lot of fucked up shit before 2012, but my 30th birthday, not 2012. Around 2010, I climbed the pyramids in Chichen Itza in Mexico, and I was with some Mayans, and I was already waking up to like 9/11 and all that. I mean, I saw 9/11. I still to this day have no idea what happened on 9/11, other than it's not the official narrative. That's as far as I'll go. I can tell you what I saw. I don't know who did what. I don't get it. Makes no sense. There was passports flying from the sky. I saw computer chips and bits and pieces and glass and fiberglass and paper. There's no way fucking passports fell from the sky. I saw the way it fell. Didn't fall the same way you guys saw it on TV. But I won't say who did it because I have no fucking idea. There's a lot of things I don't have any ideas. But there's too many things that are coincidences, and there's too many things that were being used. You said negativity. Yeah. You're right. There's something dark that we're at war with forever, and they feed off our negativity. And I don't know who they are. I don't know if, like, my brother Sam says they're lizard people. I don't know if, like, some of my friends that follow Q and Trump, they're, what do you call them, the left? I don't know who they are. That's honestly, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. But all I know is that I come from a place of love and good, and I know you do, Clint, and I know a lot of us do.
And most people do.
Exactly.
And that's why they can't imagine doing the things that these people are doing.
But once they figure it out, all right, I say this to Sam all the time. I say it to you, and I'm going to say it to you on air. And I normally don't. There was a meme a long time ago. Do you remember this meme? And memes don't normally stick out in my head, but this one did, because it's so fucking true. Do you ever see the meme where it's like all the village people, it's all the regular people, and it's a chessboard, and it's all like the elites playing chess? And it says all we have to do is all the biggest trick or whatever they know is that all we have to do is stand up and their game's over.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
may
most.
have seen it.
You know what I'm saying? But can you
Yeah,
get with the
but it's
idea,
a good visual of
right? Of like, boom, you stand up, the game's over. I don't know how it was worded. It was worded so powerful it just hit you. I think about that all the time, and I know that from all the different experiences I've had with plant medicines and whatever. I've seen the uprising. I've seen not the uprising. It's not a violent uprising. I don't want people to think that at all. It's not it's not that at all. It's just waking up and to know who we are, our power. I also used to say this to Sam and a lot of my other friends behind the scenes. I feel like humans, we were born without our instruction booklet. I feel like if we had our real instruction booklet, we would be fucking almost gods.
we are not doing what we were originally designed. Well, like what we're programmed to do.
Yeah. I feel like we
We're
don't know at all. Like I feel like we don't know how to
programmed-
eat. I don't feel like we don't know how to sleep. I feel like we don't. If we knew the right way to do everything, like the real way, like if whoever the creator was like, here's your instruction manual. I feel like we could be like gods or demigods. I really do.
Dude, it's fucking like, yeah. Think about how much shit we eat. We eat horribly.
Yeah.
We're like totally detuned.
Yeah, the music is in the wrong frequency. The music's in the wrong frequency. All the music we grow up on is in a frequency that disrupts you. Music vibration will send different frequencies and give you different feelings.
What are the what
The chords,
frequency
I
are
don't-
we
I don't-
supposed to be on?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. I don't have my laptop. I don't know offhand, but I know that all pop music,
Yep.
80, 90% of it,
In the wrong.
it's in the negative frequency. Like
Huh.
you said. Yeah. It's all in. Dude, we've talked
Could you
about this-
make Iron Maiden in the positive
Yeah.
frequency?
Yeah, my friend who I had the studio with. Yeah, he used to. He couldn't release it because it would be such a. He would never do it. But in our studio, yes, he would do that. He would take other records and put them in the hertz, not the frequency, like the hertz of the tones that were like the golden tones. Yeah, you could totally do that. If you ever listen to some of those meditations, like the
Yep.
binary beats or whatever,
Yep.
but you have to make sure they're the right ones because obviously
Yeah.
everything's a psyop. Could be bad ones too out there. And dude, you could go on a trip. You can go on an acid trip with that, just with nothing but fucking headphones. Do you ever do
Yeah.
that? I'll send
I've
you some good
tried
ones.
it. Yeah, send me a good one.
You gotta have time too. It's not like 1, 2, 3. Like you gotta
Yeah.
get into the zone and you start hearing shit, and all of a sudden you're like, "What the fuck?" You're like, you're fucking.
That's
Jump in the
I
night.
believe that. I believe that you know, like all these atoms vibrate at a certain frequency and stuff, and we're all sending that out. And why wouldn't we, like, I mean, this is further than I wanted to go, but even the magnetic fields around the earth, and that's how
Oh,
they
so
flew
interested in that.
fucking, you know, UFOs and stuff. Like,
Oh, so interesting.
how
in
about
that.
the old guy that by himself built like a big ass stone structure?
Oh, in
at
Florida.
night? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't talk about.
And
I can't
wouldn't-
go into more detail about this, but I know about this guy in Homestead, Florida.
Yeah,
Yes.
and wouldn't tell anybody, wouldn't show anybody.
Yes. I can't. I'm not ready to go more into detail on this, but I know about this.
Like
I
he
knew
couldn't
find it.
He figured
100%.
something out. My grandfather.
100%.
My grandfather said, like, my dad said my grandfather built a pyramid or something, and he said it was supposed to be like if you put the knife in it or a razor blade in it, it's supposed to keep the shit sharp if it was pointed in a certain direction or something like that. I don't remember. My dad didn't explain it
Did you see it?
that good. No, I was a little kid when my
Oh, they
grandfather
threw it
died.
away? Threw it away?
Yeah,
What?
I guess.
Dude, this is blasphemy.
Somebody got it. Who the fuck
What
knows?
the fuck?
My dad was the youngest of 8, so who the hell knows who
Oh,
got
okay,
that
so
shit?
All right. So one of your cousins is like a Tesla fucking got a Tesla
Maybe.
pyramid in his
No,
house.
Not that I know
Yeah, right.
of. Not that I know of.
Oh shit! But yeah, that guy. So yeah, they said that he figured things out. I like where you're going with magnetism. I was gonna say you were getting my brain going a little bit. Do you ever hear about Dr. Emoto from Japan with the water?
No.
So Dr. Emoto did all these experiments on water. Really, really cool. I show my kids them because it's like pretty. It's pretty deep. You know, like I talk to them about it and just show them how powerful water is. So he did these experiments where he took water and he said a bunch of hateful things.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you, and all these nasty things. And I love you. You're so beautiful. All these nice things. And then he took pictures under the microscope, and the ones that he talked really bad to in the water, the molecules were all fucking nasty. The ones he said nice were these beautiful looking snowflakes. And I believe they went further and watered plants with the same type of vibration of the
Yeah,
water, and they were
yeah.
dying, and the other ones were thriving. And remember, what are we, 60, 70% water?
Yeah, 60.
60, right? I think we used to say 70, 80. We're not that high, but
No.
let's say it's 60, 70, right, between those two. So think about that, man. Think about the water we take in. Think about
Yeah.
water. Do we think before we drink water? When I would deal with the shamans, this is a little funny thing I totally forgot about till you got my brain going. We used to do all kinds of crazy stuff, everything possible, right? Everything possible we would ingest. But in the morning, we do this thing called the water prayer. And for me, the water prayer was the most important thing. They would have all these jugs of water that came from, I forget, this really important spot in a reservation, some aquifer that was very sacred to them. And they had these beautiful jars, and we'd all smoke these big tobaccos that the shaman chiefs and stuff would roll. And you'd have set your intention, and you look at this gallon, and you think about it, and you take an inhale, and you blow the smoke onto the water, and you keep doing this. Jugs we piled perfectly beautiful with all these nice different etchings. And you'd sit there and you talk to the water. You just tell it all this crazy stuff, and you blow the smoke on it, and you just have this conversation with the water. And then eventually you'd all share the water and drink the water. You'd all take your intentions in. And I'm telling you, the most powerful fucking shit I did with the shamans, besides ayahuasca, peyote, and I could name them on, and I'm not, whatever, who cares the names. The water prayer, tobacco prayer, was the craziest shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, why would we not think, like, this is what drives me nuts about society right now, and especially our medical system. Why would we not think that every element we need to be healthy and correct is like, whether you believe in Jesus or nature, you should believe that everything is provided for us here by nature.
Yeah, right. Because your creator, whoever it is, created this environment.
They created
all symbiotic,
a fucking head on your dick to pull your enemy's semen out, so that way you can impregnate the chick. But they didn't think of how to keep you healthy. Come on.
What'd I just say? About the instruction booklet.
Come on, dude.
We don't have it. We don't have the instruction
Dude.
manual. Someone's got it. Someone's got it. Dude, probably in those Chinese caves you're talking about. There's dudes in caves
but
that have the
want
instruction
us
manual.
to know that, because how hard would we be to control?
Maybe we
if
have
we
to be at the
were
right
already
frequency before we know it, and we're getting there. Maybe we're in the dark for so long.
You don't think that at one time
I think for a time we knew
that?
Fuck yes.
Exactly.
Fuck
so who
yes.
hit it? Who hit it?
Well, the burning
Where'd
of
it go?
Alexandria.
What?
The burning of the Library of Alexandria. Maybe it was there. You know.
So then, how do you get it back if it's actually
maybe
been
it's in the Vatican. I mean, I don't know. I'm Roman Catholic, but I don't want to go down that route. But maybe it's buried in the Vatican somewhere.
So that's what I mean. What happens in this thing? Do we overthrow the Vatican for kid touching, and then we get the books?
Well, that should have probably been done 20 years ago. But
So
now
then
we
we
have
should
fucking
have had
commercials on Channel 12.
So
I gotta change it. My fucking kid. I'm trying to find the weather. It's like, were you sexually beaten by your
Yeah.
priest or your Girl Scout or Boy Scout? I'm like, fuck, I can't hit the mute button. My fucking kids are in the room. I'm trying to just find out the weather and when their school's gonna reopen.
Yeah.
Every other commercial, right?
Yeah.
Did a priest fuck you in the butt? Like, dude, that 20 years ago, that shit should have been over. I'm not against religion because it's good for some people.
It is, and there are a lot of good stories and guidelines.
Yeah,
and
so
if
I'm not
that's
against
how
it, but
it's,
touching kids, come on.
and if that's how it's palatable for you, through a story that somebody died and came back, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to go down the Jesus route yet until we have a lot more listeners, and I will go down that route once we get up there. Like, subscribe, review, and I will tell you Jesus stories. And and I think I can get people who love Jesus to like my stories. They won't be disrespectful, but I'm not ready for them yet.
The problem is that all the, I don't want to go down this road either. I would rather stay on the natural road. Let's talk about that. I think that just like, how about in Ecuador, they had like this fort where they have these fucking rocks that are 30 feet long, and they're like this, and they got like a bend at the like a key thing at the end, and they fit perfectly in another rock.
What? And they have no explanation. And they're probably lined up back what you were saying about the ley lines on the earth. They're
exactly.
They're probably lined up in like the
Perfect.
most prime spot.
Perfect.
Where like you stand there and you just like vibrate. Have you ever been to Arizona, Sedona, Arizona?
No.
Oh, we got to do a show there. We have to do a show. No, bro. Sedona, Arizona. They have vortexes there, energy vortexes.
Yeah.
You sit there, you meditate for a little bit. The trees fucking grow twisted.
Oh,
Like, how do you explain that?
Yeah.
You look at the trees. You go with these shamans. They take you deep, deep, deep in the mountains and the vortexes. They're like, okay, sit here and meditate, stare at those rocks. Like, what do you see? You all say the same thing. Like, a fucking Indian chief's head. Like, you just sit there, meditate, you look, and you all see it. without taking fucking psychedelics. You all group see
Yeah.
this shit,
Yeah.
right? The fucking
Yeah, I
plant,
think
the
there's
tree,
places in
yeah,
the
yeah,
in
that's
the
one of them, dude.
earth
That's
that
one of them. That's like
are-
there's these vortex, ley lines, whatever you call them. They say there's alien, or UFOs,
Yeah.
whatever. They all, yes, man.
So
yeah.
that's what I think an advanced society would be.
They
was
always were on
somebody
those.
that understands all that stuff
Yes,
and works with that
Yes.
with nature.
Tesla was getting there.
He's trying.
No, not Elon Musk. The real Tesla. I don't know.
Yeah,
about him
they
either.
wanted to
He could be a
squash that.
psyop. They squashed that. What do you mean they
Yeah.
wanted to?
Wow.
Done.
That's what they did.
He fucking had. I think
He was giving away free electricity.
He understood. He understood how to fucking tap into some other field that's out there. Exactly what you're talking about.
This is what shows you that the government doesn't want to fucking help you. Why aren't they just giving us free electricity?
Clint, I don't know. Why are they making us not have comedy shows for old people that die?
Dude.
Or like, and I mean that with all due respect.
Listen,
Or
I have
people that
old
are
parents.
at risk. I don't know. I mean
have
that with all due
old
respect. I'm
parents.
sorry.
Here's no. Here's the, and this is objective as you can get. You know, everybody would agree that population's too high on this planet. You know what I mean? Just because it's weird that it's okay.
I heard that's not true.
It's okay to say that, but
It's
it's
not
not
even
okay to come up with a plan, right?
Yeah.
That's too far. You can say
Yeah.
that there should be reduced.
But dude,
but as soon as you come up with a plan to do it.
I heard that's the biggest psyop of them all.
What, that's not true?
That there's a lot of us,
Yeah.
but this world is so vast. It's so big.
we would
that
need
we're
to
fine.
spread.
We have to spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
Spread out. Get the fuck out of cities.
Yeah.
In Australia, move inside of it. You know?
They
Just
don't have
start
water.
It's fucking 2020. We could send
Yeah,
fucking
make some
SpaceX.
unreliable
Elon
water
Musk could
supply.
make. Come on.
I thought you said he was a psyop.
I'm just saying, in a world where he's not as. I want him to be real. I want him. I want Donald Trump. I want everyone to be real. I really do. Because if not, we got to rely on
Do you
fucking
want
retards
Hillary
like me
Clinton
and
to
you.
be a real person?
It's going to be retards like you and I, man.
Do you
Like,
want
we
Hillary
need
to be a
those
real
fucking
Clinton
smart
now?
rich people. Do I want her to be real?
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish she wasn't real.
yeah.
Somebody that evil.
I like her. I don't want to die. I am non-suicidal. You're very nice. In your heyday, you were a very attractive woman.
Hey, Dave. I don't think that's a compliment.
Is that really bad? Oh, shit. That's going to get me whacked.
Yeah, that
kinda,
right there
She
is
was
gonna
kind of
get you.
cute, like when she was really young, when she was saying like
Maybe.
the N-word and shit back in the day. Did you ever see that when she was?
I think I've seen videos.
Yeah,
of that,
she's like
yeah.
just like going off and saying horrible things. She was pretty hot though, but she was kind of hot like the Cortez.
She was
Remember
mean
the Cortez
hot.
that we're talking, yeah, like we're talking
Mean
about
hot.
Cortez. Cortez is the. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm going to get whacked. But yeah, we're in the studio, motherfuckers.
I want to get whacked off by Cortez. What?
Yeah. I'm telling you, if you bring her home, you're gonna have to get new sheetrock at your house. That's it. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. You bring Cortez home, you're going Home Depot and taking the walk of shame to the sheetrock department.
The Wall of Shame. That's a new one.
The wall of shame.
Dude,
So,
what? It's 11:11. Oh, now it's 11:12.
Energy vortex. Should we say goodnight? It's getting late.
Have you ever seen?
I have to go to work in the morning.
Have you ever seen the cliff
I
dwellings?
wish. What?
I'm trying to not go to work in the morning. Have you ever seen the cliff dwellings in Colorado or
No.
heard of them?
No, I've heard of in Arizona. There was like dwellings that were very fucking cool, man. Dude,
Here, I'll show you these.
I don't know why. We got to figure out a way to get a guest or something and do an episode in Sedona, Arizona. I'm telling you, we got to like podcast on a vortex. Maybe we'll do that for the other podcast. When are we gonna do the first one? Let me put you on the spot in front of everyone. Yes, that's what I knew you were gonna say. That's what they have in Sedona. You got to go deep in the woods. You're gonna find shit like this. They had. I knew you're. It's yes. That's in Colorado.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah.
no fucking
So
clue.
me neither. We ended up like, why won't it let me blow this up?
Because you just said horrible things about Hillary Clinton, which I think you're a very nice lady.
We make sure that's turned
Clint
down.
said all those bad things about you, Miss Clinton.
What the fuck is going on? How long is this intro here? Come on, is this an ad?
Yo, that's a badass dude. Someday we're gonna get McAfee on this bitch, right?
There you go.
That
Look
would
at
be the
this.
shit, right?
Yeah, for sure. He's been hiding out.
Would you know how to
Merced
Would you know how to encrypt
Mesa
it?
Verde.
Would you know how to encrypt it and like talk to him? Sam's
No.
talked to him, and Tommy both have talked to him.
Look at this.
Would you? Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. I saw shit like this in Sedona. It's so fucking cool.
So we were riding at a show.
So fucking cool.
We
I
were
didn't see one that big.
we were riding at a show, and you can stick your head in all the way over
You did,
here.
like backflips over that shit. So
No.
disrespectful. You fucking.
We
white
were like
supremacist.
2 exits away, and my friend's like, "Oh," or we kept driving past this thing, and
I gotta jump that shit.
I was finally like, "Yo, let's go and check it out." So they're not showing it
So
yet.
fucking cool.
One of them you can stick your head up in. I was pointing to with the pointer, bottom right. You could stick your head in there and look up, and you can see the walls painted
So
and
cool.
where the floors had been through. See how the
Yeah.
boards stick out and stuff? You could see where the floor had been, and the top floor was
Wow.
still painted. It was pretty sick.
You ever going into the pyramids in Mexico or
Right
any of
here,
the,
you can look up into that one.
Yeah.
Stick your head in and look up.
You ever go inside any of the pyramids in Mexico or caves?
Mexico, I'm not sure if I went to
Mayan
Egypt
caves. What?
and went and
Dude, I just asked you, what's the coolest place you've been to or weirdest? And you're saying,
well,
bring up Egypt?
I said China, which is weird. Egypt is kind of gnarly as well.
Did you go into pyramids?
Yes, I did.
What?
We stayed at the Pyramid View Hotel,
What?
and we went up on the balcony and we drank wine and watched. They do a display on the pyramids each
Yeah.
night, and they have like this speaker play, and they be like, "I was built in blah blah blah," and fucking what's her name, Helen of Troy passed by here, and it named all these people, Cleopatra that they was around before, you know. It was pretty gnarly.
Aliens come out with the big hair.
He didn't. He
That was
should
so
have.
Awesome for the American speaking people.
He should have. See, this pull up with the screen here is awesome. I like it.
So Clint Esposito. I
Yeah,
think
we're
we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah, it's probably a good.
This was
idea.
great. I'm so happy to be in the studio. I feel so happy to be 6 feet away from my boy Clint. I don't have to wear a mask.
It's a
when I'm
big
6 feet away.
table. It's a big table and TV.
Yeah, it's a movie theater TV.
We just got the thing set up. We're dealing with just regular what kind of lighting is that called? Neon
Track
lighting. Track lighting.
Really bad,
So
not good lighting, but we're gonna get it.
yeah, we're gonna get some regular lighting in here. I'm gonna figure out how to run my camera.
Yep.
I don't know why it's being.
We've got some great guests ready to go. We'll have them on the screen. We'll have some in as soon as New Jersey opens up. We'll have them in house, right?
Yeah,
We got
but
some-
most will be on the TV. So we'll get a. We need to set one of those remotes you got up, so that it works. We can adjust TV down a little bit.
Yeah,
We'd
we'll
be
get all that
good
going.
to go.
We'll get all that going. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave a review, even if you think it's terrible. Anyone that's still left from the swarm, we thank you so much. Free Sam Tripoli.
Listen,
Free Sam Tripoli.
100 and something listeners per podcast. There's definitely some of the swarm left over because we didn't. In 10 episodes, we definitely didn't gather that many people.
We need to free Sam Tripoli, everyone.
Yeah.
Hashtag that shit. Let's get him out of all this social media jail. Come on.
How we didn't never even touched on that. How fucked up has that all happened at once?
It's fucked up. We'll talk about it Thursday, but until we get there, everyone, bombard it at Jack at Twitter. Free Sam Tripoli.
There you
Hashtag
go.
free Sam Tripoli.
That's it.
Peace out.
You can't just leave like that. I got to sign off. It's not that easy for me.